This wall in our house is presently dedicated to board games, card games, and our globe. It gets messy because we play a lot of games and then just shove them back onto the shelves. So today in this video, I am going to clean off all of these shelves, give them a wipe down, and then put everything back in a more organized way. At the end of the video, I am going to share our favorites, our current favorites with you, and I will link all of those favorites below. My name is Erica Lucas, and I share videos about dealing with stuff as a mom of 3, as a homeschool mom, as a Navy wife, and I will share with you first what my cleaning solution is for my shelves. So I just have a DIY homemade cleaner with olive oil, vinegar, and essential oil, lemon, orange, whatever, I grab out of the bin. I do 4 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of vinegar, and then a couple of drops of essential oil just to make it smell kind of nice. I chose orange this time. And then I always spray the rag. I don't spray the shelves. And then I just dust everything down with that DIY cleaner. I make a smaller amount. This is really kind of a smaller amount for me. And then I will also use that solution up on my dining room table, which is an 8-foot table made of wood, on my chairs, on the bedroom furniture, on the furniture in the living room, on the bench on my front porch. So I will use this solution because it is a DIY homemade solution. I have to use it up or it'll spoil. It'll just kind of smell weird after a little while. So I purposely then will more actively dust wood surfaces once I make a homemade cleaner. I find that my homemade cleaners last about a month before they start to turn a bit. So from a shelf stability standpoint, I usually try to use everything up within a month of creating the cleaner, which with my cleaning approach, I just do the basic stuff every day. So keeping the kitchen clean, running the vacuum, doing the laundry, that kind of stuff. But then I pick one thing a day, like my board game shelves, and just give something a little extra cleaning love, a bit of a deeper clean. And so once I make a cleaner now, will for the next month, focus on some deep cleaning of all of the furniture and some dusting of all the wood furniture in the house to be able to use up this cleaner. When I do projects like this, I either put another YouTuber's video up and clean alongside them, like body doubling using a video, or I will put on music that just really gets me grooving and I will get up and get the job done. And when I was doing this project, I was just jamming out and enjoying myself. And I really wanted to work on this and make this project better. So I was in a good mood and I just was dancing and getting the job done. Before I even started working on this project today, I asked the kids if there were any board games or card games or anything from these shelves that they were ready to let go of and declutter. And the answer was a very quick no from all 3 of my kids. They didn't even take the time to look at the shelves. Either they weren't in the mood to answer that question, or they really just knew there was nothing they wanted to get rid of. And decluttering, you have to be in the mood. You have to be willing to let go. You have to want to do it with a clean mind, a clear mind, to be able to let go of something. And so I don't force them to stand there and stare at their board game shelves and really come to a decision and force them to get rid of stuff. There are a lot of board games on this shelf. This is a category for us that is definitely not minimalist. It ebbed a little bit a few years ago where I got rid of a lot of stuff. And then in the last 3 or so years, they've acquired more games through birthdays and Christmas and just from me that are educational, that I'm fine hanging on to. We don't have any duplicates. And these are all games that I'm fine hanging on to, and dedicating this wall to this category in this phase of our lives has been great because it's an open wall. They can walk by, pick a game, and go right over to the table and play it. And we play games like 6 to 7 days a week. As part of our homeschooling or as part of sitting together as a family, we play a lot of games. And so having the space for it all to be in one place and manage the inventory of board games and card games in this way is easier for me than having them hidden away in a closet or taken out of the board game boxes and put into like sleeve bags or Ziploc bags or a more condensed way of organizing them. That doesn't work for us. We have object impermanence in our house. Most of us in this house are neurodiverse with ADHD, and we have to see things to remember that we have them. And recognizing that as part of a organizational need in our house, and that we don't see it, we don't remember it. And so prioritizing time together and playing board games by dedicating this wall has been a great change for our family. I haven't referred to myself as an actual minimalist in a few years now. I affectionately call myself minimal-ish. And for me, that means it's a perpetually evaluated balance of each category in your home. What feels like something you have too much of, too little of, just enough of? And finding that Goldilocks, just enough number of board games is a little bit easier in managing it this way on these shelves. And when I go to clean something like this, it's an opportunity for me to then also evaluate what's there and what I'm putting back onto the shelves. I didn't make any decluttering decisions as I took everything off of the shelves. And you can see just by the stacks here how many games we have on our shelves and keep and decide not to declutter. I love the label of minimalish because I get an opportunity to live with less and declutter and share this journey with you over these last 5+ years. But at the same time, I can have a big category. I can have a wall dedicated to board games and card games. I love these wooden card holders. They have felt bottoms. They have held up for years. And we have a lot of card games that we keep. I store them in 4x6 photo cases and then have them in these black wire frames. And then I labeled them individually. So these I did condense down for storage. And when I thought about styling these shelves a little bit, I pulled this from my mother's painting easel. She stored paints in it and on it. She was an artist. And I wanted to use it to corral some of the other games in a similar way that I do the card games. I just sort of wanted it collected on the shelf from a styling perspective for these shelves. I like to practice minimalism in parts of my life, but not all parts of my life. And when I first started decluttering, felt like a lot of pressure with the word minimalism to get it down to the bare essentials. And I didn't really take to that too well. I liked the idea of it and the premise of it and a solution for clutter. But what I really needed to do was figure out what that looked like for me. And so the practice of decluttering is part of minimalism, and then not considering myself a minimalist meant that the word minimalish really lent itself to more of the lifestyle change that I was going on 5 years ago and have still continued today. And when you want to live with less, and some of your family members do not, the word minimal-ish is also very helpful and forgiving, because you can feel overwhelmed in your own home by other people's stuff that you are helping them manage, especially as a mother. And kids come with stuff. They just get stuff from friends and birthdays and Christmas and stuff that I would not choose to keep, but I need to teach them how to manage and take care of. And that's just part of being a parent. And when I was starting on this journey, we were overwhelmed with stuff. There wasn't a surface clear in our home. And we had a constant stress from that clutter. And now, today, after all of these years of doing this, it is a lot easier to get shelves like this to a great place, to a managed place where it looks good. We can shop our own shelves and play games. And I know we don't have any duplicates. And we're happy with what we have here. And managing this level of stuff and cleaning the shelves, and it doesn't feel like a burden or a task or something that I just don't want to do. It's a chore. Like, I enjoy doing this. I enjoy taking care of our home now because it is possible. It is manageable. But back then it wasn't. I didn't feel like I had good control over the home and over cleaning. And by the time I finished tidying and cleaning up, I was way too exhausted to clean. And now with this more simple, single-focused approach, I'm able to stay on top of the house a lot easier and in a better way. By sharing my own journey of decluttering and how I deal with stuff, I have become so passionate about helping other people declutter and simplifying their lives one day at a time. And that's what I do here. I share how I do that one day at a time. Allow me to share some of our favorites. This Dogman hot dog card game is awesome. It travels well. It is easy to play for various ages. Anarchy Pancakes, same things. Easy to play, travels really well. It's very fun. My 8-year-old loves it. My 11-year-old loves Sare. He has loved it for years and asks us to play at least once a week. Museum Suspects is a favorite for my 8-year-old. He loves it because it's cooperative. It's played differently every time you play. You get a different suspect. Animal Upon Animal is great for almost every age. You just stack the animals and the first one out of animals wins. King Domino has been a household favorite for many, many years. You can see by the taped box that we play this game a lot. This catastrophe game travels very well and is adorable. You just push the little logs off. Oh My Gold travels really well because it's small. I don't know why I'm talking about traveling so much. Taco Cat, Goat Cheats Pizza, super fun. It is probably the number one game in our house right now. It is played every single day. It comes with us to doctor's appointments, to karate tournaments, gymnastics meets. It can be played by any kid, even if they can't read. If they can remember the order of Taco Cat, Goat Cheese Pizza, they can play this game. And you just play your cards, and then the last one to slap the pile, if the card matches, has to take the cards. And the object of the game is to get rid of your cards. The number 2 game in our house right now is definitely Organ Attack. Also a card game, but you would need card holders for this one. In our card bins, as we call them, we have Uno, Dos, a lot of math games, Multiplication War, Division War, Snappy Dressers, Zoom, Zap. These are all card games that can come with us to doctor's appointments and also are easy to play at the table and put away. I put the less often played games at the top shelf because the kids can't reach that and I can get it down for them. Arctic Riders is a great game, and for math in our house right now, it's double digit math, addition and subtraction. The trekking games are always fun for the older kids. I like how the shelves came out. I'm so glad they're all dusted and cleaned off, and I really appreciate you being here with me today. I hope you're doing well, and I'll leave you a link for another video right here.